Hello everybody, welcome to the audio video test for Skullgirls Get Gr8 live stream edition. People show up. Here. Hello Skullgirls. Wait, hello Skullgirls Get Graders and Skullgirls Get Greater. Howdy gamer. Take a quick peek into the sign-up sheets to add questions. Second. Questions? Give us a second. No, it's actually questions in. Alright gamers, started in a hot second. Quite short. Oh, and I'm gonna Started at 7. Like to play some video games for a hot few minutes. Links in the lobby and YouTube, or links in the YouTube and Twitch chat. There we go. Please, by the way, if you are participating, I say participating, please join our Discord to see any of the questions that we got lined up for tonight. Quite a bit. Starting all the way back in June 7th. Okay. Who's going to be getting Gr8 tonight? So it's not Get Gr8 actually. This is the live stream variant of Get Gr8. So if you have any questions about the video game, we can answer them to the best of our ability. Right now, we're just kind of playing for a little bit. You can prep any and all questions that you got going on, and yeah. Right now, we're just going to play a little bit. So put this up and looking for things. Free event. Doke. So, if you would like to hop in and play for a little bit, can do. Would be down. We're just kind of sitting and chilling. In streamer mode because heck, that's nice. Okay, I'm gonna hop into a chat real quick. We're gonna That was a spooky, scary Spooky scary chat right there. There's a lot of things being discussed. Seems like no gamers are joining, so we're gonna do the thing and go to quick match. Find out which game, who are the gamers out there? Who's gaming? It's for print jobs. Yeah, sorry about that. Whoa. Hello. How do you like Peak Gaming? Because that game is so good.
That game is amazing. I'm trying my best to beat it today so I could do all my schoolwork tomorrow, but
that's a good play. My gosh. Oh, there's a lot. You could sink so much in that. It's just the customization of that is kind of.
It's really fun. I haven't touched anything because I want to unlock everything before. Like I saw like Hins messing around with their own like mech and then naming it and painting it and stuff like that, and I'm like, I don't want to get attached before I try everything.
That's fair. Cross. Wow.
Wiggle.
Oh, they died, right?
Now you're cooking with gas. One more time.
When was the last time you played Skullgirls?
Wednesday. Yeah, definitely Wednesday. Because I came home on Thursday and I was like, man, I want to play Strive, and then I just started downloading Armored Core.
You know Strive, the Armored Core game. Oh.
Oh no, is the big man dead? This big man is dead. Unlucky. Now the squiggly's dead. Unlucky again.
Great. First to free this game and then make a lobber.
Yeah, take your time.
One more time.
I think I want to eat pizza today.
Pizza. Pretty nice. Oh, sheesh. No.
I think the saddest thing that I see when I play beginners or when other people play beginners is like they'll finally like build the confidence to press a button and then they'll just get PBGC'd. And it's just it's so sad. Like
It's kind of rough.
we got Flukewood. Nasty.
It's food.
Alright. I'm gonna join the lobby and I'm gonna run to the bathroom and pee.
Sounds like a plan. So, howdy gamers. Anyone who'd like to join, here's the lobby. Also gonna put this back in Discord. Edit the one that's in Discord. Boop. Hello? That Mr. Who's that say? Mr. Salt Link. Mr. Link Salt. That's a team. We do that team with this team. Like it was purple, purple, silver. Is that cat purring? Anyone can join. Get in here, brother. It's exclusive for everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime.
Ready for your shot? No way. Don't even.
Hey.
OCG's pro bag bummer. Who's that? Zillow?
Surgery.
Godzilla, yeah.
This might pinch.
Oh, fans like in my mind.
Anchor Killer, we love to see that. Man, now I want to plug my controller in. Hold up.
Must be done.
I get a second.
What's up, Bear? How's it going? Hi, gaming. Get started with this event and angle shortly. If you'd like to join this angle lobby, available for both in the Discord and in Twitch chat. Luck, GG, appreciate it. Cool. There's also YouTube. Oh no! Potato.
Wait. I'm gonna close this.
Rip.
Reopen. All right. Do I order pizza or do I drive to get pizza? I think I order. I don't think I leave the house today. I don't think Juice leaves the house.
Oh no, Valentine's blind. Yeesh. Oh no, Zilla has the shoes problem. We're just ninja flipping in neutral. We really shouldn't.
You're mine.
Why did Dahlia go that way?
Why did Oh, Lilia is maybe going in. Oh, we didn't
okay.
need to reset. But okay. Oh, a believer in the JHK routes. That's not. Oh, we do it again? No? Pick up? We don't pick up. But it's a low.
Okay, how many times are we
It's a
mixing?
low.
That's one,
This,
two.
I don't think it was
okay.
that. I think it was that. Oh no. I don't know if we want to bet. Okay. No.
Oh my god, the cross up cat heads?
The girls are
Oh
online.
my goodness.
It begins. No, don't press against the girls. No, it's a mistake.
Alright, you can just block it out. You can just block it out. Have faith in yourself. Never mind.
That's not gonna be offhand. Oh, no, that time? We just didn't block. Good move. Oh, we got it. No, we dropped one.
You know, I actually like unironically think Bunny Girl Super is not that good. think-
It's a shell of its former self, I would say. It definitely lasted longer and was far more annoying.
The old version was insanely good,
Oh,
but I just think it got nerfed just a tad bit too much.
I feel like that's usually how that goes. Right? Like, we go from one spectrum, one extreme to the other. Really good. You know what? Now it's just not good.
Yeah, like now it's just like I'd rather spend my meter doing anything else.
Yeah.
I guess it's still good for Peacock, right? For the people that would do like level 3 DHC, but I don't know. Oh well. Also, I don't know how to press the ready button clearly.
Clear. Oh no, clear. Time to play.
All right, it gives me time to.
Josh. A second.
Order my pizza.
Oh, she's on the outside. Wait, what? Wait,
The
what?
hairball? Oh my god, they are advancing the meta. The meta is
I didn't want that.
advancing in front of our eyes, JP. Why do we push off? No.
Reset necessarily. Fine, get out of here.
No. I'm testing a couple of options, but I found I really only like playing as 4 characters. Unfortunately,
Fine.
this is not a 4-player game.
Which 4 characters? You block half those resets? I believe you. Relatable? I understand.
It'd really be like that, right? Like, I think that's so funny. Like, sometimes, like, beginners will come in and be like, I swear I blocked those. And then us as veterans, we say, huh, yeah, you probably did.
Gentlemen, it's
like, I completely believe you.
Amazing. Beautiful.
This neutral will continue. Oh.
Amazing.
take 2. Action.
Amazing.
No!
Oh, we got those?
What?
What? Oh my god.
He doesn't know. Yeah, he'll never find out.
Same brain? Same brain?
That was insane.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
I'm
ban
really
Bella
looking for
Eliza
you.
with Brass Copter Axe, a good team.
Ban? What was it?
It's playable. It's a team you could pick. Good really doesn't matter, right? Is it fun for you? Like, if it is, play it.
Ban Bella Eliza with.
Like, if I told you the
Brass
best
Copter.
team in the game was like solo, I don't know, Squiggly, does that change your decision? Just have fun. I'm having so much fun, and that's what matters.
Random song.
Let's dance. Yourselves shall betray you.
Cameras rolling and showtime.
Oh no, I think it's canceled. Feels bad.
That's fine. That was good. Amazing traits. Backdash, hold up. Hey. Friend, you're dead.
She who mauls.
One simple hit.
No, she crouched under my jabby.
Oh, do we know? We don't know.
Down where you belong. Serve me.
No, I dropped it. My legs are exposed.
Feels like I'm petting puppies with the combos. Huh? That is
Can I
a
get that
very
again?
interesting comparison. But if you're if you're having fun, my guy, by all means.
Wait. What is that description?
It's a very.
Oh?
I need to find a character that petting bunnies esque.
What does that mean?
Oh man.
I'm petting. Using Big Ben. That's so strange.
I just got a puppy, so my mind is over there. Hey,
Oh, okay.
don't let me judge your happiness.
Right.
No, I couldn't jump cancel. Oh no. Okay.
Oh, okay. You could have told me. Okay. Oh, my jab. I can't
Give him the brand.
Fortunately,
It's a fun little combo. The lobby's not full, you swine.
the lobby's not full.
Come in here, Shubby.
Straight up, straight down. Miss 6 o'clock.
Well, the lobby is. There's 8 slots. There's no way.
Alright, order online. They said it failed.
Rick,
Your booty in here, Shubby.
I can't believe
It's a little.
random song. Sure, Black Dog.
Be entertaining.
Dahlia's dope. Just hit him with the
Nice
counter.
color. True. I'm gonna do that. Round start.
One take. Showtime.
Oh no.
Mash
Did not
immediately?
hit.
Barely anything has happened to you. Why would you mash immediately?
No, I did not get the jab.
Whoops. Fuck. It's time for the girls.
What am I doing? Why did I?
Who was she again?
And now a word from our sponsors.
Yeah.
Crazy. All right, we'll do one more, then we'll get started.
I can't decide what I want to eat.
No.
Like if I get 2 sliced Zillas, I might as well just get one whole 14-inch pie. But I don't want a whole pie. I kind of just want a sliced Zilla. Oh, the Camood team. Someone's playing the Camood team.
Like a routine. My software. Here we go. Mob. Solo rando. Annabelle. I don't feel like playing Annabelle. No.
Hang on to your hat.
Hats.
Time to put on a show. Action.
Tighten knuckle. Hey. Oh, you're dead. Can't believe it. Wow. Crazy.
Took their head off. Don't take your head off. I think Fortune should keep their head on unless they're in the corner.
Understand.
Or you play against like Band or something like that.
True.
Uh-oh, Shubby. Cooking. Incident.
Yeah,
You
brother.
need like 90 more hits though. Oh, sadness. Profound sadness. The armor ran out.
That's a wrap.
The armor said it was. Yeah, one more. Uno más. Infinite one more. Run back. It didn't get and ran back. All the bells for. I think you should not charge normals as much.
Oh, I think I know what I want to do.
Wait, what?
I want to play Umbi Brass.
Might not be toxic.
I have like derived so much joy from pressing Umbrella JMP. Like it's like you will be shocked the number of good players that
Of
have
course.
lost to my Umbi.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
No, I believe it because character is pretty good.
I do not know a combo. I do not know mix-ups. All I do is press
I
up
don't-
forward
I
JMP.
don't-
God damn it! I got JP.
Fine,
don't
it's
play
fine,
it,
it's
but-
fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. You'll play that, right? I'll play this.
What's the, oh, you do 6 HP and then.
There we go. Alright, who gets to
All right,
run
are we
first?
gentle? Are we gonna gentlemen's to Ravenous?
Yes.
Okay.
Who gets to rap the fastest?
Action.
Oh no, I failed.
Aha.
No, it's crossing. He's lost. Oh no, the train. Oh no. Right.
Fear me.
Oh no. No. No.
It's so bad. No. No, I wanted to consume.
Oh no! I gotta jump. I gotta jump. Just trying to. They try.
That is what I okay. So like, it's better if you have a puddle, but doing slurp and slide and canceling before the hit into level 3 is my second favorite thing to do with them.
That is there. All right, let's get started before we get too far away with the thing.
Serious mode. Oh, that was funny. That was very silly.
All right, gamers, welcome officially to Skullgirls Get Gr8 live stream edition, where you just kind of sit in the stream with us, ask some questions, and we're gonna also answer some questions that's up in the Discord. So we've got plenty to answer. The way that this works is whenever you sign up to a Get Gr8, ask a question is what do you want to see in the live stream that happens at the last Saturday of the month, and then we just go through it and answer some questions. There's going to be a lot of blocked out stuff if you check out the Discord, exclamation mark Discord, Twitch out. There's going to be a lot of blocked out stuff that's usually either A, not a question, B, something you can actually find out for yourself, or C, just comments and stuff. So, this is where we're gonna get started. We've got things starting up from June 7th. Let's start some shebangs going. Our first question is, how do you know when you're push blocking too much? That's not something that's easily demonstratable, but if you find yourself hitting the 2 punches a little too often, and you're trying to mitigate all types of situations, it actually is putting yourself into a situation of potential lockout. So whenever you push block, there's 25 frames of blocks that apply to yourself. So you can actually put yourself into lockout, especially if you're just kind of put into a situation. I would say it's okay to block things. If you feel like there's a multi-move coming though, push block the first hit and or the last hit. Get yourself out of pressure, please.
I also would like to say, like, if you notice yourself backdashing and you didn't intentionally backdash, you're probably autopiloting to push block a little too often. Like, that's just an easy tell. Like, if someone's hitting you because you're just randomly backdashing, then maybe you're just not looking at the screen and identifying what's happening and having a reason to push block. You're more just like mashing it just in case, you know what I mean? You're not actually thinking about, I want to push block here because blah 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 blah. You're thinking, oh no, I scared me to punch. And then, you know. Also, push blocking is good. A lot of people push block a lot because push blocking is good. So I wouldn't say, like, if your concern is how do I stop push blocking so often, I view it more as how do I push block intentionally. Push blocking to create opportunities to punish your opponent is very good. Push blocking multi-hit moves at particular timings so that way they don't stay in and you actually get the full effect of your push block is important. But not push blocking in a game like SG is also incorrect, you know?
Yeah. And, the game has a lot of abusable systems that you can choose at any moment to actually do. Worthwhile trying to figure out you're put into a situation, what's the best time. It's the only way you get better at that is just doing it practically. Because you can set up situations in the lab, but then you want to always experience those similar types of situations. So it's always worth experimenting while it's happening in your face. Let's see. There's a couple of blocked out things. Let me see what these are. Creating combos. not there yet if you're asking about creating combos. Before you can even create a combo, you have to understand what a combo is like in SG, which is extremely unorthodox compared to any other fighting game that I've ever played. Because there's a lot of creativity that you can toss into this game. And those could be in the form of unoptimal combos, optimal combos, undizzy efficient combos, resets. There's a lot. I wouldn't start you off creating combos. The first, I would direct you to the wiki, then figure out what a combo looks like, and then see what you can make up from there once you get a better understanding of it. Yes.
Also, sorry.
You're good.
As far as like creating combos, a lot of it isn't people just wake up, roll out of bed, and like, hey, I'm going to do this thing that no one's ever done before. Like, it's playing a lot, it's researching a lot, so checking the wiki, just knowing how your character does combos, and then changing little things. So for Philia, for example, the basic Philia combo starts off with doing button into air dash, and then you land, and then you do a launcher, and then you do another string, you air dash again, you land, and then you do more advanced Philia combos, and then they have hairball air dash cancels. They start using Gregor a little bit early in the combo. And then you get to like advanced Philia combos that have like ground bounce loops and whatever. All that is not one person just waking up and being like, hey, I got I had a dream and the gods of SG taught me how to do this. Like, no, it's you pieced little things together and you just figure out how they flow. When you're on the fly trying to make things work with how like Undizzy works, you're really just eyeballing your Undizzy bar and inserting the little sequences that make sense where you're at. Hopefully that makes sense.
PBGC, we've talked about PBGC a lot, and then eventually we're gonna make an FAQ about like certain game systems and stuff. What a PBGC is, we don't understand what a PBGC is. If you go into the tutorial, it does in a lot of lengthy and verbose words. It does tell you what a PBGC is if you're in the tutorial. But generally, if you're getting hit with a button, Fuqua here, do this. If you're on block, right, you put it into a set amount of blocks done for the move that happens. So like this here, I put it into a set amount of blocks done. If you push block by pressing 2 push buttons, push the opponent back. So if you want to push block guard cancel, that's you're canceling all of your block frames into an input. So that's when you flash green after push block ends. So generally, this is kind of like a push block guard cancel, but you would flash green after it's set. Normally happens when there's a block string and there's more moves happening. So Fuqua decides to do these. See the flash green that happens in the center right there? That's your time to input something, anything. You could literally input jump, you could input dash, you could input down. Any action in this game is a guard cancel. Central guard cancel. You could do a guard cancel on an alpha counter, and that's crazy. Technically that was a guard cancel, but yeah, I didn't flash green. But yeah, super quick and dirty of what a guard cancel looks like. What should I do with my head in neutral with Headless Misfortune? What do you think, Juice? I feel like you're playing the cat character.
So high key, you really don't want to be headless in just a plain neutral situation. Like the idea of Fortune just starting the game, doing jump back, throwing her head, and then playing the game like that is just not really how her gameplay works. But if you are in that situation for whatever reason, what you want to do is try your best to move the head towards the opponent, ideally behind them, because then it's the least interactable. Like the opponent has a really hard time hitting the head that's behind you. So you have buttons like 5HK, that's a launcher. You can hit it with your DP to send it. You can do JHK to like shoot it across. You can hit it with your assist if you have a good assist for things like that. And then obviously you can walk the head by holding heavy punch and moving left or right. And the goal is to basically like always threaten the head to hit alongside an option that you're doing. So if you're just jumping around playing a regular SG neutral, you want to make sure you're walking the head so that it's always threatening the opponent. You can release heavy punch, do headbutt, special cancel that into sneeze, the little head GP, and then convert. And if they block it, then the head stays behind them, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of little nuance to it, but like I said initially, ideally you hope not to get there. It's a bit, for especially if you've never played negative edge characters, it's going to take a lot of work to just do all those things that I said just naturally, to make it flow and not have to like think about it all the time. But yeah, practice, training mode, learn your conversions off your head hits. And if you're the person that's willingly going into headless, maybe start to think about like when is a good time to be in headless. It's not always just, it's not a mode where you just call your assist, you roll your head behind it, and you're like, haha, now I'm a puppet character. Head-on Fortune is a really, really good character. Really good buttons. Really good heavies that she loses access to when she's headless. Great damage, good meter gain, good resets, yada yada yada. But yeah. If the person is in chat, if they have like, or if anyone else has like specific headless questions, or like why headless is not good mid-screen, I can answer that. But yeah, for the most part, just the basic, simple thing is there are characters that are better at dealing with the head than others, but generally, Fortune herself is really strong at controlling neutral, controlling the game flow, to the point where she only ever needs to exist in headless when she's already at advantage. So if you have the opponent knocked down in the corner, if you want to go into a corner combo, she has things that take the head off, and then you can get a bunch more damage or whatever. But it's not really just a, you know, I'm going to go into this now type thing. Snap also interacts with it. Yes, if you snap the head will fly across the screen, and if it hits the opponent and they don't block it, that character will get snapped out. It's a bit of flavor. It's not actually like a strong tool, right? Fortune players don't just backdash and throw the head and, you know, play ping pong for 10 seconds, but it is a thing.
Alright, next question we got is, what should I be doing when people get close to me as Robo Fortune? This is Ari. If you're Robo Fortune, right, you're kind of the keep away character, the other keep away character in this Tekken video game that isn't Peacock, right? Mostly you're just tossing out Beamers in the neutral. That kind of thing. If the opponent strives to get close to you, push blocking is kind of your first line of defense before anything else happens. You're up in your face and in there in the corner, right? Like the push blocking actually gets you out of this. The PVDC also gets you out of this. Anti-airing, your L danger is pretty decent. 5 HP can be a button that can be used, but do not rely on this too much, as you can get punished for it being predictable. Push blocking is kind of your main line of defense. If they get super close to you, flying out of the corner is kind of your best option, so you negate all damage and then you can start rezoning as well. Getting out of here, you're on the other side, you start doing beamers again. If they're feeling swanky, do one of these, or like in the air right there, especially if it's an air dasher. That was cool. What? But yeah, you know. Yeah, for the most part, that's kind of like your options. I think you're like in like round start distance from here. You really could just back up and be moving right here. The thing that people love to do when they're trying to approach Rebel Fortune, you hit a B-move, you do one of these, and they get hit. This super has the craziest amount of hit stop ever available possible in that video game. I don't know why, but this is like such a good option. Catch people, you do a decent amount of damage, and it's all counter hit. It's kind of crazy. It's worthwhile doing that. Why is Headless allowed to move before the character gets on screen? Yes. They said it was fine to do that. That's what they said. But yeah, I would say hit with the beam. Fly away if you get close. Flying away is kind of the biggest thing to be doing. Rebel Fortune's flight is pretty decent, especially if you combine it with a JHP and into L laser. Catch people doing a bunch of stuff.
One more time.
Let's see. When it comes to utilizing M-Bomber as a neutral assist for rushdown, how is it best used? M-Bomber is not necessarily a neutral assist. I categorize it more as a pressuring assist, something that you would use once gamers are in combo, rather than like if I'm playing Philly a double and using M-Bomber, because to me that makes the most sense. I would use it as a combo tool.
Just a moment. One more time.
Me doing the thing right. Oops. I can do combos. Just go for the confirm after that. If it's like we're in the corner, I'm doing like this. Confirming off of that. It's not necessarily a neutral assist, because the problem with Bomber and both M Bomber and H Bomber has this issue, right? You just jab this. Really, kind of doesn't matter. No, it's not a great neutral assist. You can just kill it. If you use a disjointed button, you just kill double for this. Because it's not great. It's really better for as a pressuring tool or like combo tool. Zillow. Let's see. If you want H Bomber, you can full screen bypass B+. You could, not exactly. There's not that much hit stun on H Bomber like that. Yes, these are July questions. Yes, we're going back in time because they haven't been answered.
But also, I think Zillow is right. Like, if you are using Bomber, it's usually you cover Bomber and Bomber makes whatever option that you did now plus by it being behind you. Or not necessarily plus, but like scary to challenge because there's an assist that's going to hit you if you press something not immediately invincible.
From Moose, recommended opportunities or rationale using beat extend versus brass assist in a way that fits my playstyle. I probably should have blacked that out because I can't determine that for you. What is your playstyle?
Yeah, and also you don't have to just wake up one day and say I'm picking brass for the rest of my life.
Right.
You can just switch. If you're like, hey, I want to play brass because I find this person is neutral to be really annoying to get into, or I'm playing against a peacock, a parasol, a robo, whatever it is, and I really just want to get in. And then you play the first match and you're like, you know what? That sucked. I want a DP. Just switch. It's up to you. You are allowed to do that.
Play whatever you want to play, however you want to play it. If it fits, cool. If it doesn't, switch it up. I don't know. There's a lot of freedom in this game. There's no one's beholden to anything. So. If I had to sign a lifelong contract to Brass, that'd be crazy. You're only allowed to choose Brass assists for the rest of the match. Pretty silly. Let's see. Alright, another question we got is from Aki, I'm pretty sure this is. How do you lab? I.e., this pressure sequence is giving me trouble. What do I do to figure out how to land it better? Wait, oh, handle it better. Handle it. These days, labbing is mostly down to like trying to maintain combo consistency rather than situational stuff, because I like to get put into it in real time and then figure my way out of it to adapt on the fly. And that's because I'm a masochist. But we do definitely recommend, if you're like playing anything right, it's a hard time dealing with the block string right. That's what you lab, honestly. Which is not in bumper, but you know. Put yourself into a block string, right? And figure out your way around this block string. You know, if that's PvPC or just getting out of the way like this. See it coming. That kind of thing. Best way is really to put yourself into the simulation, like Ruby said. Yeah. Unless you're like me and want to do it practically all the time, every time. I'm just like, yeah, I'll just do this, right? Like the one, like Juice, like right, the one time that I block cross up Eliza cross up into PBGC Elgun. Like, yeah, it's gonna do this. I'll just block this way and it's fine. Put yourself into the situation. Only put yourself into 50-50s where you only lose. I guess that's one way to do it. Let's see. What's we got here? That's from, yeah, it's from Aki. Dovadex. What double puddle setups are punishable and unpunishable? Looks like certain normals or DHCs can make it safe. Certain DHCs can certainly make puddles safe. Like if you decided to do right this to that is a safe DHC if we had the bot blocking, you know. Again.
One more time.
Bot's blocking, right? Off the thing.
Let's go.
This into this is safe because there's enough hits done from Gregor to make puddle safe and it pushes them back enough. Depends on what it is. DHC into puddle is pretty decent. Certain DHCs can make it super safe. Most DHCs actually do make this very safe. If you want to make puddle safe by yourself though, if we had yeah, double do.
Quit lollygagging.
Yeah, if double was doing this block string, yeah, that's fine. But yeah, again, double out of here, double into here, right? Up.
Just a moment.
Change double playback. Oh, let's do that.
Let's go.
That's punishable,
Quit
right?
lollygagging. Just a moment.
And right, if we do it spaced away slightly, safe. It could be safe. Depends on how well you do it. But like, it's a little hard to do and maintain as well. Because like you can actually flub the input. It's a little hard to do, but you can make it safe-ish depending on like the spacing that you got going on.
Or at least make people have to think twice about what button you're going to punish with. Characters like Philia, like at that spacing, Philia can punish with 2LK, but she cannot punish with 2LP. So she'll press 2LP and she'll just lose. So oftentimes like double will get punished, but they can make it a knowledge check.
Pretty nice. Oh, what's the affiliate here, right? This here. That's safe. A certain CDCs concerned to do it. If you space puddle, if you space the thing, this into this is safe. That is safe. Here's safe. It's like because they're in like so much stuff. This into this, not exactly safe. See, it was kind of a trade technically. Because I had to block the incoming hit. So if you're not blocking initially, you actually get hit out of it. Or at least trade at worst. Kind of crazy. Yeah, Fridge Puddle. Fridge Puddle is really good. Fridge Puddle is super good. The only way to beat it is the chicken block. Kind of crazy. But yeah. What times during robo zoning is it good to create head drones? How and when should I use them? Sorry.
People ask like really nuanced questions.
That was a very nuanced question. Yeah.
Like we can't say like 16 paces away from the opponent and it's you know what I mean? Like
yeah. You can only give you very generalized when nothing is exactly happening on the screen, sort of thing. At best, if you're doing this practically, right, you got your opponent into a block string and stuff. Most people will rely on hitting down back for a bit. You can hit a head drone at that point. If you got 2 head drones out, right, you can burn one to get some other zoning things happening. It really depends on what's going on in the match and what kind of matchup you're going up against.
Who you're playing against, yeah. But JP basically called it like, I mean, you can call your assist and get ahead. You can fall into a pattern of calling beams at certain timings. So when your opponent's like, hey, I know they're gonna beam here, and they just preemptively stop themselves so they can, block the beam. You can abuse that, and instead of shooting the beam, then get ahead. Heads get you more heads. So if you shoot laser, if you shoot what is it called, ram or salvo, the missiles, you can probably get another one. I say probably because it's not safe, right? It's not a safe move. There's hardly any times as far as solo robo where it's 100% safe to get a head out. But you basically just threaten other options, and when your opponent's preoccupied with worrying about what you've presented, then you just fake them out by going for a head. Yeah, and then otherwise, if they're blocking your assist, if you have an assist like grass, you can just call it and get ahead.
I'd say that's pretty much the gist of it. It's kind of hard to demonstrate if we're not doing it live. So it's okay.
Zoning with heads can be better than beams. Yes.
Yes.
The RAM, what is it? 214K.
Yeah.
That one is, because of how it has homing properties, it's actually really strong at zoning some characters better than committing to a beam. Because if you miss your beam, then Robo just looks kind of dumb, and then they approach on you. You could potentially get punished. But because of the tracking and how once it's active, you can sort of control Robo and move her out of harm's way or something like that. It's a little bit safer against characters that can't challenge it. I rather like it against Painwheel, for instance.
It's fair. Yeah.
Squiggly, I also think it's pretty good.
It's kind of funny.
But yeah, you're gonna have to discover for yourself, unfortunately. There's no hard answer. There's no take 5 steps forward, 19 steps back, T-back 3 times, and then the head is safe.
Up, down, left, an A-B head. You hate heads? Understand. Base. Got. Dealing with robo zoning is banned. It's kind of hard.
Period.
Just.
Oh, as banned. Got it.
Yeah, as banned. Yeah, as big banned. It's kind of difficult. For the most part, you're actually relying on hitting the heckin' the parry function, because that's what preserves your A preserves your forward momentum and mitigates the damage that you take against robot fortune. Then the forward button, this gives you 17 frames parry window. You can also do this in the air. Decent. You got the robot doing the thing. Robots. Normally, a robot will be doing this in the HP because you're Big Ben. What are you gonna do about it? You normally want to do this. It's kind of oof, especially for full screen, so you can deal with it. It's hard to deal with the parry window. It's oof in that sense. Parrying does mitigate a lot of the zoning that happens, so it's kind of rough. As Big Ben, you can also actually do JHK because you can do that in Von Tech forward. Decent. As long as you're not getting totally hit.
I also think like it's a bit of like an interesting thing. So Big Band is big, and so he gets hit more easily than other characters, and especially in a matchup like this, it's very prevalent. However, he also has the most tools at disrespecting things like this, right? Like, while we're showing like how to get in from a fully, full screen Big Band against Robo, when you're at that mid range, it is really scary for Robo to zone you. Between things like Brass, E-Break, A-Train, Giant Step, just rising buttons in general, like it is really scary for the Robo player to zone. So while it is frustrating to be zoned, don't forget that your character also has really strong options at disrespecting it, and all of those have to come together, right? There's no one answer, right? Like the answer to beating zoning is to jump at exactly 7 seconds on the time. No, you need to put all those things together. Sometimes you do just Brass, and sometimes it hits and you feel like a god. Sometimes it gets blocked and you just had the wrong read and you have to accept that. But threatening those options and using the tools that your character has, like JP was saying before, parries, is really important, and it makes Robo second guess herself, which then opens up opportunities for you to move in other ways. Giant Step is really good. If they're only doing like the single hit beams, you have E-Break to go through it. If they're doing the multi-hit beams, you can technically reaction parry if you're cracked, but parrying that gets you in because when you parry multi-hit moves, you move forward. So if you get an opportunity to parry H-beam, it's just free movement, free real estate for you. But yeah, just don't be scared. The matchup might feel bad, you might say it sucks, whatever, but don't ever just commit yourself to losing. Still present options, and if your opponent is ever scared of something that you might do, that creates opportunities for you to move forward and try to play the game.
Don't be afraid to move forward. Moving forward is the best way to be aggressive in this kind of video game. So you're stuck at the full screen hitting the down back. I'd say at this point you're just holding it a little too hard. It's okay to get in there. You gotta try something, otherwise it won't make any forward movement. You're just kind of stuck. We stopped. Let's see. We got ourselves. What is that name? JB Fernay. It's funny. How do you convert off of H bypass in a combo? Valentine. Normally you would just try out a combo and see for yourself for the most part. I think the first intermediate combo is like this. Something like that. But if you want to convert off of H bypass, if we did a launcher for HP, you can do H bypass and then another M bypass, because you can't do the same strength bypass in the air. You got yourself an assist with you. You can do this in an H bypass into the assist conversion. Example team that I love to play here. Go to the character select. Right here, pop up. My favorite kind of conversion, because this does so much damage. Do this. You get an assist conversion off of H bypass on the ground. If you do off the air like this, favorite sequence. Good, you know. But generally speaking, this you can do an H bypass and an M bypass, and that's how you get the air sequence. Or you could decide to do one of these. You can dash up, hit a low button off the OTG, sort of string confirm. You can also do this into bypass because it also confirms. So this is M, I think. That's faster. But yeah, there we go. That's how you would convert off of H bypass with fucking downtime. This does so much damage. Let's see. Blocks. How many resets should I learn for each character? Should I change my team up if it would be better to change it? I'll answer the second question first. It's from Zeitgeist. No. I mean, unless you're trying to play, for the most part, if you've experienced enough matches that you know what the counterplay is to a certain matchup or a certain team composition, then go for it. For the most part, stick to what you know and what you like to play and have fun playing. First part, how many resets should you learn? That just depends on how much you can store in your muscle memory, to be honest. There's no limit to what level of resets you can or
the
don't.
answer to that question, right, is all of them, right?
Yeah.
Like, like there's no downside to knowing every reset your character could possibly do, but we're all human. Remember the ones you like to do, the ones you think are strong. Like for me personally, I play Philia. I don't do resets that other people do just because I don't think that they're strong enough. But then there are other Philia players that just do the resets that they think are strong to them. I might not agree, but you know, who cares, right? I'm not playing for them, right? So do the ones that you're capable of doing. Do the ones that you think are strong, that you think feel fun, the ones that you think look cool. Yeah, like I mean, that's it. If you can memorize every reset that your character can do and you can pull it out whenever you need it, all the more power to you. If you can't, pick like 7 of your favorite ones and know how to go into them from anything and move on.
Yeah. For the most part, when you're starting to learn this game, like you decide to do your B&B and then you can flowchart into like a set reset, right? So like for Valentine, it's usually that. I think you just high-low throw. But then as soon as you get more understanding of what your characters look like and what they feel like, you can just kind of come up with things of your own and figure out what's going on from there, or just see what other people are doing, and then
And also,
there's no limit.
Beginner resets. Don't let the word beginner confuse you. They're still good. Like, yeah.
Still good.
Like, that's one thing. Like, I think as people get better at the game, they sort of like autopilot into these very advanced whatever mix-ups. But at the end of the day, like, a 50-50 is a 50-50, right? Like, it doesn't matter if it's a beginner 50-50 or an advanced 50-50. Like,
yeah. Just because there's a beginner tag on it doesn't mean that people are not going to get hit by it. Well, I'm still doing this, and it's still a left right. They still have to guess. So whatever guessing moment, RPS moment that your opponent's in, it's still a good reset. 50-50s in this game are hyper strong. So
if you're asking to like improve your reset selection, I would say the things to look for are: can my opponent double jump out of this reset? Can they mash a falling button? Like you can test it against like Fortune JLP, Bella JLP. Can they mash buttons out of the reset? Can they up, back, up, forward, out? Can they, any typical escape option? can I kill off this mix? How many touches do I need to kill if I do this mix? Can I burst bait off this mix? And then you slowly just like choose. So if you notice your opponent's really mashing out of all of your mix-ups, then maybe pull out the one that's unmashable. And so if you don't have one, maybe learn one. If you want a mix-up that kills, you're like, hey, this person's really annoying, I hate playing this character, maybe learn a reset that lets you kill the fastest. Or learn how to kill from your resets in the most optimal way. But yeah, I mean, like we said before, if you can memorize every reset your character can possibly do against every weight, at every resource, at every screen position, there is no reason not to learn it technically.
Yeah.
But, you know, like...
It's all valuable information. Definitely when you get more how your character feels in your hands, then you can start answering more of those questions and doing some more complex layery things. Let's see, what do we got here? From Astro Desert, what's the ideal game plan for myself once I take out of my opponent's combos? Is there a one-size-fits-all strategy that could work here, or is it mostly subjective? That's actually mostly just a you thing. Not.
What is the question? What should I do when I escape my opponent's combos?
What is the ideal game plan for myself once I take out of my opponent's combo? So I guess they're put into a knockdown situation of some sort, or.
I am so sorry. I cannot answer these questions. Whatever you think is best. If you see a giant punch coming in your face, I would personally recommend to block it.
Yeah.
But it's technically up to you. Like,
it's whatever you decide that feels best in the situation that you're dealing with. There is no one size fits all, as this game is constantly changing from moment to moment. You cannot pick one option that will beat every other option of this game because there's too many options. Predictability only goes so far, and reading your opponent only goes so far. So you can't assume that one thing's gonna be.
I will say, just to give an answer, it is okay to mash. It is okay to be like, you know what? Whatever happens, I'm going to do a super. It is okay to say, whatever happens, I'm going to up back, or double jump, or mash my jab, or raw tag, or whatever other option. It is completely okay, but it is up to you, the player, to apply context, right? If this is the third time that you've mashed super and your opponent has blocked it 3 times in a row, I wouldn't suggest doing it 4 times, but hey, maybe they're not blocking it 4 times.
Yeah.
So
yeah, kind of hard to tell at that point. How far do your reads go?
sometimes you would be surprised how many times I've gotten hit by wake up throw. My opponent just decides to wake up and press throw, and I'm like, you know what? Because I'm expecting them to mash super, so I wait, and then they just throw me, and I'm like, you know what? Good on you.
You know what? You're right. I just wasn't right enough. And that's okay. Sometimes that's just what happens.
That's just the fighting game mind game.
Yeah. Let's see here. How can I zone effectively with Parasol? That is dependent on your playstyle of Parasol. I would argue if you're using all options of your characters, that's the best type of way to do it. There is also a very good guide by your local variant. Does the parazoning guide pretty well. I like to zone very differently than every other person who plays Parasol likes to zone. This to me is the funnest way to do it. I was like, oh man, I'm in there. Yeah, you're doing your H1. I'm making you absorb all the damage. That to me is like the most fun. And if they try to approach me, you hit them with an M. Otherwise, doing tosses, it's pretty decent because you can mitigate your approaches and stuff. It doesn't hurt to layer up the tiers. It doesn't hurt to do the zoning options we got going on. You see a tier on the screen. Detonate's also pretty decent. We can only give you recommendations in the way that we play them, but you kind of have to figure out your play style in the way that you want to zone, because everybody does it a little bit differently.
I'd also say, like, keep in mind, Parasol does have zoning tools, but she's not Guile, right? She doesn't.
That's true. She's not Guile.
Winning with Parasol through only zoning as if you were Robo Fortune or Peacock is just not a thing that happens consistently. So there are situations and moments and matchups that she can zone. I don't want to like dissuade you from doing that, but understand like zoning is more a means to create the situation for your opponent to take an option like jumping, like committing to going under the shot, so that way either you or your assist can catch them out. She does have great buttons like JLP and JLK to just swat people out of the air when they try to jump over shots. 5 HP is used. She does have a DP. So yeah, the goal isn't to just keep your opponent full screen at all times. It's more to threaten a certain space and then cover that space with your character, you know. Right, and
I'd say
JP showing off
that's the
mix-ups,
best thing.
like her Parasol mix-ups, especially in the corner, are actually really, really strong.
Super.
Like I don't want you to show this and someone's like, yeah, I can finally zone. Like, get in there, man. Press buttons.
Pressing buttons.
Go have
also
fun.
Yeah, zoning for Parasol is just a means to an end, really. And she has different types of spacing that you can actually effectively zone with. So, like, if you're this far away, like, doing this is so good because your opponent is like hyper trapped. So, this is like the best way to keep your opponent trapped. Use assist to do the thing.
Yeah.
It's annoying. Other ways to do it, you can do it this way. And it all depends on what style you're feeling. To me, I like to do a loop. It puts you slightly forward, slightly back, and changes your spacing pretty often. It's pretty nice. Well, you know, it's not just all about this. You do the thing, but your opponent dies is really good. Pretty nice. Don't just rely on the zone.
With how her tiers work, she actually doesn't really want to be full screen. She wants to be like right where JP was, like that little mid range, because how do I put this? The sooner her projectiles can touch the tier, the more plus they will be, which makes escaping the zoning harder. So, like, her strongest zoning is like actually from where JP's standing right here, because the gap in between shots is so low. She's naturally spaced out of like DP range or certain supers, and that's where it becomes incredibly oppressive. She's just massively plus. At full screen, there's a bunch of gaps. There's travel time to the projectiles for people to slip out. She can't cover all these angles, but when she's close up and she has all these plus frames and you can't wiggle out because she is so plus that you can't get a jump or something like that to escape. That's the threatening part. In chat, somebody asked about placing tiers on the ground. Placing tiers on the ground, blowing them up with JHP, 2MP is an amazing zoning strategy. Or I would say more space control. I like that word better than zoning. But yeah, people can't really dash into her face because you press 2MP and the whole ground explodes. Or you press JHP and it extends the length of an already big button by like several football fields. It's a very key part of like mastering the character, and it's used in a lot of her tougher matchups to give her the ability to challenge in situations where she normally wouldn't. So basically, yes, there is a reason to put tiers on the ground.
Yes, there's definitely reasons. Definitely the reasons for putting them on the ground. Usually, you put them on the ground. You get massive confirms with certain normals that you normally wouldn't be able to pick up with. You know, but combo into things like this. What was the reason? What else we got here? Zeitgeist again. How am I supposed to use Sekhmet?
Oh man.
So, alright. I have contentions with people who love to use the skeleton. We're gonna be in the bones for this. I have contentions with people who love to use the skeleton like this. And this is all that happens. And this is all that happens. And this is all that happens. And then, oh, suddenly, wow. This is me. I will not name those people. But you know, you can use Sekhmet for a variety of reasons. Not just because you just want to be out of the bones, and yes. You can do certain conversions with it. Certain combos are possible as a result of doing this. You know, must be the combo. You do this. Mid screen zone, mid screen hitting with the bones. It's mostly to add up damage over time, essentially. Unless you want to do sneaky things like this. That's supposed to cross it. Wow, super sneaky. You know, or if the opponent's crouching, you normally would do like a launch Sekhmet into the conversions right there, and you cross it. Or you decide to do one of these. With that, it's pretty good. One of those, or do one of these. It's used for a variety of things. In the corner, the way I like to use it, this because it's an overhead, or mix up, or if you're doing fancy stuff. My brain moving a mile a minute. I'd do a conversion like that, or stone, I got nothing. But yeah, a bone lover, true. Yeah.
Yeah, like the skeleton is really good. I think the first way anyone should think of Sekhmet is the fact that it's armored. So JP showed a couple of cross-up setups, showed some overhead setup. Technically, every reset with Sekhmet is slow, but you get the luxury of it being infinitely armored. So a lot of common mash outs, common supers do not escape from the skeleton. So when you're going for an overhead, you can do a faster overhead by staying as Eliza, or you can choose to do a slower overhead. The slower overhead has more reward on hit, and on top of it, if your opponent does mash, it does not escape, you know, the reset. From there, it also has like use in like upping her combo damage. As you can see, she spends health to essentially take more of the opponent's health away. That would be the first way I look at it. Lately, people have been developing a neutral gameplay and strategy with playing Sekhmet for extended periods of time. Whether that's good or not is, I honestly think, still yet to really be tested.
Yeah.
Just because it's fairly new. Around with the time Annie released, Eliza got an overhaul, and so there's a bunch of people that Eliza was like a very underplayed, and Sekhmet on top of that was even more so underplayed. So there's a lot of people getting knowledge checked. There are strong things, especially like Sekhmet with a low assist, but there are also showings of people just getting hit by things that they don't need to be getting hit by, or just not doing the counterplay to the skeleton that they should do. So I would hesitate to say necessarily like, how do I play Sekhmet? Like, Sekhmet's not a character on the character select screen. You know, you're playing Eliza. Use your tools. Use things like Cartouche as a call out to people doing certain air approaches. Layer your resets with like armored Sekhmet stuff to either give you more damage or just to defend you from mash. But don't worry too much about saying like, oh my god, it's 80 seconds into the game and I'm still not Sekhmet. Like, Don't worry about it. You're playing Eliza. There are players that do really well and commit to playing segment for long periods of time, and there are players that do really well and almost never go into segment outside of combos. So find what works best for you. Unfortunately, neither me nor JP really spend that much time in segment to really say, like, in this matchup you do this, or against this option you do that. But yeah, find out, explore, think for yourself. Ask the players that do play a bunch of segment neutrals. So you have players like Vending, BBP, who are known for like staying in segment for a long time. Like what their ideas are and why they do what they do. But basically, what I'm trying to say is people don't just do it just cause, right? It's not like all Eliza players have an itch and they need to get the bones out. People do it with thoughts and ideas, and it's up to you as the player to like figure out when you feel it's best. If you are someone that doesn't mind the health drain, maybe you'll use it every opportunity just to increase your damage. If you're someone that's a little bit more anxious and you don't really like the health drain, maybe you'll just save it for important moments. It's up to you. How you play your character is largely up to you. I can't really say, you're supposed to use segment at exactly 6 training mode tiles away from the front,
If we turn on the grid and you look at what's going on, you need to be 3 tiles away from your opponent in order for you to effectively use Butcher's Blade. No, it's not really a thing. It's not exactly a thing. It's do whatever feels natural to you. In certain situations, when I decide to pull out the segment, it's usually on wake up. It's like meaty high-low throw, or just pulling out the Butchers really to contestant options, because some people love to wake up DP, and I'm just like, Butchers would actually deal with the situation better than other things. So
it also, segment does in fact chip on block, so doing things like Butchers into backflip, you can do like 5 HP Butchers, and that's like a frame trap, and if they block it, like there's no mix, but they do have to hold that chip, and if they're low life, maybe that matters. You do have the backflip afterwards to stay safe. You can call assist while you're in segment. So yeah, figure it out for yourself is basically what I'm getting at.
Pretty much. There's no right answer. You play it the way that you want to play it, no matter what anybody tells you. We're gonna do one more question, and then I'm gonna hop out. I get some dinner. Let's see. Skip that one. Skip that one. That one. Skip that one. How do you lab certain matchup situations, and how can you apply it to your gameplay? It's from Josie.
So really the answer is take a look at what you lost to, replicate it in the lab, and then look at what the answers are. So for example, like let's say we have Philia versus Philia, and the Philia keeps doing ID JLP JLK, right? That's a common Philia opening. It's a double overhead, and then she can just not press one of the lights to go low. It's really oppressive. Maybe just from a save state, go to a round start position and just have Philia do JLP, instant air dash JLP JLK, and look at your characters and say, first off, can I react to this option? And then it's like, okay, if I can react to it, what button can I press on a reaction that either wins or trades or does something favorable for me? If you can't react and you have to anticipate, then it's like, okay, what buttons can I place on anticipation to win or trade or escape the situation? And if none of those are true, then it's like, okay, well then can I up back it and potentially land cancel? That's like a little bit of an advanced mechanic, but can I land cancel this and punish it? If I escape it, what are my character's options? And you know, you just build. You build from there. There's a bunch of decision-making trees from there. So JP is showing Philia 2 HP anti-airing, and so from there it's like, okay, well if I do 2 HP anti-air, how do I pick up? How do I pick up off of this ground bounce? Oh, okay, I can do OTG 2 OK 5 HP and then whatever. If I DP into my super, how do I pick up? How do I convert this into a significant thing? And you can basically take, this is just a small example about Philia, but you can take this and apply this to everything. It just depends on like your dedication. Some things are very easy and intuitive to understand, especially when you get more and more experience and familiarity in the game, that you can just be like, you know, how do I beat Fortune Jab? And I can just name 17 things off the top of my head without actually opening the game and labbing it, just because I've been in that situation so many times that I've tried a lot of options and here are the ones that I like. A common thing when people ask this question is typically about Peacock. They'll say like, how do I get in against Peacock? How do I get in against someone calling certain assists? And you can create those situations in the lab and find your answers, and you can go online and try to test those answers out in a real match, see if you can, you know, actually do that. And if you can, congratulations. If you can't, go back, try to find a different option, one that's more possible. Yeah.
We're good. We're gonna stop there for today. Come by for some questions. If you got any questions, Twitch chat, ask them now. We will answer to the best of our ability.
I was told to jab Philia and it works only 2%. JP definitely jabbed Philia like 16 times. Do not tell me that.
Hello? Hello? Excuse me?
I hate Ruby so much.
Huh? Can what? Witness, please?
I hate this guy. How do you lab land canceling? Well, first make the opponent do the thing that you want to land cancel. A common thing is like Beowulf, JHP. Have them do that and then, you know, block, and you just jump into it. And you try your best to jump into it as late as possible, so that way, you know, you land as quickly as possible. And either a counter hit symbol will pop up when you punish, or the opponent just won't be able to block because of like recovery frames, like landing recovery. And yeah, you just find the timing. You maybe try it at different heights, different situations, and then, you know, build that sort of reflex. Like if I see Beowulf doing JHP, understand that I can dash forward, but then immediately go to up back. And if he tries to do JHP, I'll land cancel. I can react to the situation, mash jab, boom. That being said, there is a bunch of counterplay to that. That was just a very, very, very simple way to do it. Just going off the same example, you know, Beowulf can now do like falling air throw to grab you out of your land cancel opportunity. He can do Blitzer to like frame trap you. He can, you know, do a whole bunch of stuff. So again, it's a fighting game. The answer isn't so clear. You have to always understand like that there's bridging thoughts. Oh my god, can Beowulf actually not jab this? Yo, Ruby, your character sucks, bro. That's insane.
Right there. Right there. Right there. Kind of hard. Actually, it's actually kind of hard.
All right. Maybe you were spitting, Ruby. Maybe you're spitting. Yo, stop jabbing, bro.
Oh, sheesh. Kind kind of. Any other questions? Was one called right there? I'm weak. It's fine. Okay, I'm gonna call it right there. You're all
Bro, oh
stopping
my
by
god,
this
my
thing.
DoorDash guy keeps calling me, and I'm like, hello, and he says hello, and I'm like, yes, hello, and he hangs up.
What?
Jesus.
What in the world? That's ridiculous. Where's your man's at? My god. Alright, everybody, thank you for starting by this dangled lab stream for this weekend. Appreciate y'all for stopping by, asking questions. If you would like to see more Skullgirls from us, there's always Skullgirls Be Great every Wednesday. It's at 8 p.m. EST. Please join up for that. It'll be great. We'll see you all next time. Thanks, Juice, for the co-commentary, extra explanations. Super knowledgeable. Till next time, everybody. On tape.
And my spectator.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh,
Second
ooh.
kill.
Oh, nice. Ooh.
Oh, we avoided
Let's go.
it. Nice.
Oh, let me see it.
Hey,
Here's the combo.
Hey, hey.
you finished this.
That's,
They died.
that's somewhat of a combo,
Nice.
yeah.
Hey, there it is.
We're missing a few more parts to it, but
Yeah.
We got combination.
It's like we have some bombas, but like our knowledge of the mechanics of the game are not exactly there just yet.